Now, for those of you who already had your first jobs, don't even lie to me. It was in the food industry. And for those of you who really had it rough, y'all recognize this ambiance because y'all had to work in fast food. That was me. I'm y'all. You see, ever since I was an itty bitty boy, I've been living in Canada. More specifically, in the wonderful, amazing, most... What? Huh? Bro, what? There is no way. That has to be the most garbage. Lower Town, Ottawa. As interesting as the Lower Town experience has been so far, I'll always be grateful for the amount of work and sacrifices that my parents have made for us to move into such a promising country like Canada. In a very interesting neighborhood. So much so, in fact, that as soon as I got old enough, I finally started to go job hunting. All because I truly wanted to pay them back for the amount of work they put in for me and my siblings. Also because I had enough of being broke. So, time went by. Resumes were printed, distances were walked, until finally, your boy got called for an interview by none other than Wendy's. Before that happened, me and my friend Zach were both job hunting together, until the day he had the amazing idea to plug the both of us at the Wendy's where his friend Gustavo worked. Gustavo at the time had already been working there for about 4 or 5 months. He was already there long enough for him to qualify as a referral for Zach. And of course, that was great news. I was beyond happy to see a fellow brother get closer to that bread. It was a nice sight to see. But that got me thinking, wondering, pondering. Why the heck would they ever hire me? As good of a guy I could have said I was. Like the title obviously implies, I had no job experience at all. Not that I was doubtful of my skills. But why would they ever have to listen to the words of a jobless man's mouth? What reason would they have to hire a guy with no real work experience? In short, I had no game. Tripless, breadless, jobless. That was me. Now, most of you might even be thinking, BK, you were overthinking it. Preparing for a job is never that bad. And looking back at it, yeah, it wasn't. But here is the thing about me. I am a very cautious person. Not that I don't like to take chances, that could not be farther from the truth. However, in most cases, I always want to make sure my odds of victory are near perfect. Because if they aren't, you will not catch me doing jack. So, while I was here having a training arc in my head, Zach was being interviewed by the GM. It did take a while, but due to that, after they were done, I was ready. No, more than ready. Because of the simple fact that I had already done this exact interview over 50 times in my head. The amount of confidence, the will, the power that this amount of overthinking gave me, it was unreal. It was unnatural. All of my past experiences and all of my past L's had prepared me for this exact moment. He sat down, and I sat down, and I was stressed out like a mother. No, not stressed. Again, cautious. You reread that interview question sheet, made specifically for life-changing careers, over 5 times. And to top it all off, you watched those videos over 10 times. You got this. The interview starts, we both give our greetings, and the manager opens up with a very simple question. So, BK, why do you want to work here? Just what type of answer are you expecting from this? I'm not doing this for you. I do not care about this building, and I do not care about this job. Wait, what? Then what could it be? The money! I am only here for the money! But, as a man, I collected my thoughts and gave the most tame, try-hard, and neatest answer I could think of. Sire, ever since I was young, I have always been a fan of the Wendy's establishment and how it operates. I'm always eager to acquire new skills and sharpen the ones that I already have. And I truly believe that this job will greatly help me with that. If I had a list for all the obvious exaggerations I've made throughout my life, this would definitely be top 10 worthy. And I know that he knew this because this man did not give no comments, no feedback, no nothing. I was glad that he saw right through it because it would mean I could stop with the act. After that, the interview went on, as if that whole thing didn't happen. He then asked me more personal questions about school, my family, and my goals. After he was done with the questions, he said, "I like you, BK. I really do. You're a sincere guy. However, we are looking for serious workers. I want you to think it over and be sure about your decision. As you should know, this job requires a lot of responsibility."
The heck is this man on about?
I'm sure you know this. You have to come into work every day. Am I getting paid? I want you to be absolutely sure about this, because we don't want people quitting after just 7 months. If you are truly up to it, come back on Friday to give your final decision. Come back when you are ready. So, I go to you for the job. I tell you that I want the job, and you make me wait a week just for me to tell you the same thing I told you at the beginning of the week, that being that I want the job. Fast forward a bit, and finally, Friday came. After arriving there an hour late, thanks to our absolutely and consistently garbage transit system, that is, OC Transpo, I was brimming with resolve. I have thought it over, and my decision hasn't changed. I am ready. Oh, nice. See you next week then. But yeah, everything's good. You're starting on Friday. But until then. And that was that. It was a little anticlimactic, but nonetheless, the goal was achieved. After all of that, I went home feeling relieved, confident, and happy. Got on with the rest of my day, ate good, and went to bed with a sound mind. But that got me thinking. Thinking of the ramble he went on about being a serious worker. Because he said that he liked me before, was he trying to save me? Just what did becoming a full-fledged Wendy's warrior truly entail? What kind of trials and tribulations would I have to face when working there? And man, I learned the answer to that question the hard way. Moral of the story: I went into this whole thing fearing for my life, sweating buckets, not because I was stressing about what I had to do for the interview, but because of what I would regret not doing. The more that I prepared myself, the more I felt like I had to do more. But when I actually had to do it, it really was not that bad. Granted, in this case, the circumstances were peculiar, to say the least. But that's a story for another time. So, to sum it all up, the advice I got for y'all is sometimes stop thinking and just do. Now do keep in mind that this advice only works if you are not a moron. So please, don't be a moron. And before I finish this video, remember when this guy told me that he didn't want people quitting after 7 months?
Like the great guy that I am, I respected his wishes and didn't do nothing like that. Instead, I quit in 6! That's right, BK in 6!